Hey there, creative leaders. I thought I'd come on here really quick and say thank you so much for the influx of messages that I've received as a result from my most recent Instagram story posts. I thank you so much for sharing those stories with such vulnerability and courage. I'm really impressed and I'm appreciative, and that's why I thought I'd come on here and address one topic that I see coming up time and time again, and that topic is rejection. A very difficult topic indeed to talk about, especially when you are investing your time, your effort, your blood, your sweat, your passion into creative work that you're then pushing out into the world. And rather than getting the intended outcomes that you wanted, like, merit and recognition and business opportunities, by following, I mean followers, you're receiving flat out rejections. Sometimes people are saying, hey, this was fantastic. I loved it, but not right now. No, thank you, not now. And it's difficult to hear that. I understand, and I'm not saying that will ever feel good. But what I am saying is it's a natural part of the creative process. As difficult as it is to hear that, it is part of that creative process. Now, some of the people who have achieved the most successful outcomes through their creative work, and successful, of course, is relative, they had to endure, being rejected hundreds, if not thousands of times before they were able to really get people to understand the value that they were putting out there. And so don't feel that you're alone in this. A lot of people, plenty of people, myself included, have put work out there and been rejected. And so you shouldn't feel like you're alone. But number one, when it comes to rejection, you've put the work out there. And for example, someone told me they sent 5 emails out to, people of potential interest in a product that they were trying to push. And they received 5 emails, quite literally, that said, I love what you're doing, but not right now. Thank you. First off, it's important to remember that when you get a no, not right now, thank you, not right now, we sometimes assume that that's just a person's way of blowing us off, kind of saying, just stop bothering me. But the truth is, it may just not be the right time for that individual. So a no thank you, not right now may quite literally mean no thank you, not right now. But 6 months down the road, who knows if that individual or that organization or that whatever it is suddenly is ready to launch a new collection of products or is ready to begin, some collaboration projects. Don't be surprised if you're not that first person that pops into their mind and then, something comes of it. So a rejection doesn't necessarily mean it's a rejection for life. So you still have to kind of have a positive outlook on that kind of rejection. But it's also important to remember, someone told me, I've sent out 15, proposals for a project that I'm working on, and I haven't had any responses. When I hear that, I think, why only 15? Why not 100? Why not 200? And I get that many of you have, day jobs and other things that you're working on and families. But at the end of the day, the more you expose your work to people, the more likely you are to have the odds start to shift into your favor. Now, number 2, second thing I want you to focus on is, are you showing whatever it is that you've created, this wonderful product, this wonderful piece of creativity here, and you push it out into the world, are you showing it to the right people? So many people spend their time putting something on social media, but they're not really aware of who in the end is actually getting exposed to this wonderful work that you put out there. And if you do not know who is actually seeing your work, and if you haven't made it a strategy to make sure that the right people are seeing your work, essentially the people that you've created this for, then it's only normal that you're not getting any responses, or that you're getting some people saying, no, I'm not interested at all in this. And so many times, and I'm gonna pick a little bit on the more artistic creatives here, often if you look at their social media profiles and who's actually following them, it's a whole bunch of other creatives. And the question is, Are you really trying to reach out and connect with other creatives? Now, those people are following you because clearly they respect the work that you're doing, but is that who you've created your product for? And if the answer is no, then why are you surprised that you may not be connecting with the right people? Finally, number 3, I want you to remember that if you are just showing the final outcome of your product, here it is, this is what I've created, this is what I've put out into the world, but you're not explaining to people what your purpose is, who you are, what you're all about, why you've even taken the time to create this and bring it into the world, then you're actually focusing more on your what, this is what I make, rather than your why. And the truth is, people love knowing the magic behind whatever it is that you're putting out there. Who are you really? And this is what people love to hear. And so again, you go on many people's social media profiles and you look at their account and you realize that they've displayed the final outcome of what they're putting out there without really explaining who they are, why they're doing what they're doing, what their story is, what their mission is, what drives their passion. And there's a problem here. And the problem is that you're really not creating connections. You're just showing people your product, your service, your business as though it were a catalog. And if they wanted a catalog, they could just go to your website and download your catalog. Social media is meant to be more than just, an art gallery of your work. You really want to take that opportunity to connect with people. So I see sometimes people who are, writing books, they're authors, and they keep showing photos of their book cover or of their book, set up nicely in a nice background, but they're not actually saying, hi, I'm Stefano and I'm an author and I just wrote this book about rejection. And the reason I wrote this book about rejection is because I've been rejected so many times that it nearly broke me. But I've come back. I've risen from the ashes like a phoenix. And that's actually why I wrote this book, because I want to make sure that people realize that no matter how many times they crash and burn, they can always rise like a phoenix from the ashes. You see how that changes things? I bet that the book cover couldn't have expressed all of that. I hope that this is helpful to some of you. Please feel free to continue to share your stories with me. Ask me more questions. I will answer, I promise. Remember, don't necessarily see rejection as a reflection of the quality of what you're putting out there. Don't see it as a reason to put your entire creative pursuit into question. Rather, see how you can tweak things to get the results that you're looking for. In the meantime, stay creative. I'll see you soon.